From Sean Strickland getting a shot at the middleweight title, to Dricus du Plessis potentially being Izzy's next rival after a heated face-off, here's Israel Adesanya's next opponent confirmed. Yep, Tarzan might finally be getting the title shot he's been eyeing for years. Strickland made his fourth appearance in a headlining spot at UFC Fight Night, and this guy once again approved that he's not coming to play. Strickland's second-round knockout of Abus Magomedov sent the entire fight world into a frenzy, and fans were left in awe of the athlete's performance. But the German middleweight did give him a tough challenge in the octagon, so you can't say this was an easy win. The first round of the epic clash had Strickland on his back foot, but he still managed to come out on top. This was Strickland's 14th win ever since he signed with the UFC in 2014, and he still hasn't had a single title shot. Yeah, he wasn't able to come through in his bouts with Alex Pereira and Jared Cannonier, but that doesn't mean we overlook all his amazing wins throughout his career. Tarzan set the record straight by saying he's done everything to prove himself worthy of the title. He said, "Give me the f***ing title. I earned it. So it's only fair that he gets a title shot now, right? I mean, there's no denying that he's one of the best middleweights on the UFC roster, and he would make a great opponent for the champ. He's a winner of 2 straight and 8 of his last 10. Plus, it appears the promotion is comfortable giving him a spotlight. Come on, Dana White, Strickland deserves it, and I think it's time he starts campaigning for the title shot." Take the word from the analyst Chael Sonnen, who believes Strickland's the perfect opponent for the last style bender. If there's anyone who knows a thing or two about the fight world, it's Sonnen. He's been in the fight world long enough to know what he's talking about. So when he says Strickland's the perfect guy for the title shot, he really is. Sonnen came on record after Jared Cannonier's win over Marvin Vettori, which was a pretty low-profile bout on paper, but it was set to decide the future of the middleweight division. And it sure did. Chael said that all the top guys have already lost to the champion, so there's nobody meaningful and realistic that could match up with Adesanya without it being a rematch. Cannonier, done that. Vettori, done that. Paulo Costa, done that too. Strickland's the one who hasn't had a shot yet, so Chael's rooting for him to make a run for the middleweight gold. Now, going after the middleweight champ isn't child's play, because Adesanya isn't only the weight class's reigning champion, but the last stylebender is the best athlete on the entire UFC roster. Yep, you heard that right. Izzy is UFC's new poster boy, and he's got it all to become the promotion's biggest star. Take the word from Sonnen. I'm sure you don't take his words lightly. He said that Izzy is the only guy in the promotion who can replace Conor McGregor. Yeah, Conor's been UFC's main guy, and Dana White's favorite athlete ever since he signed with the UFC. Now Adesanya stealing the spotlight away from him, and no one's complaining because this guy worked his butt off to get where he is today. So UFC's poster boy is only gonna step into the cage for blockbuster fights, and I know the fight is divided on him locking horns with Strickland, because a lot of people think it's gonna be a mismatch. But Sonnen isn't the only one who think their bout can be epic. Bantamweight fighter Sean O'Malley's in favor of the matchup too. Oh yeah, this can definitely be a great middleweight fight, and O'Malley's gonna tune in to watch it if it ever sees the light of the day. Sugar said, "Imagine if Sean Strickland goes out and takes him out. That would be f***ing bonkers." Yeah, that would actually be insane. Come on, just imagine. Sean will take home way more than the middleweight belt, cause taking Izzy down is gonna take him up there with the big guys. O'Malley said that the press conference for the potential bout would be exciting too. You know, cause Strickland is usually unfiltered with trash talk, and Adesanya isn't one to sit back and listen. He's gonna fire shots back, and it'll be hella entertaining for fans. O'Malley's set to step into the octagon for his own title fight at UFC 292 in August 2023, and he made the bold statement that fans can expected Adesanya versus Strickland sooner rather than later. You better get ready to see Strickland finally get his shot. And if O'Malley's excitement for the fight doesn't hype you up, this definitely will. Yeah, let's compare their fighting styles, cause that'll definitely help you understand why this fight's gonna be one for the books. Izzy is a very technical striker. He calculates every single move to make sure his shots land with pinpoint accuracy. He's got an array of strikes including punches, kicks, elbows, and knees. Now Strickland, on the other hand, he's an aggressive striker. He doesn't think twice and just pushes forward on his opponents. And he often overwhelms them with a high volume of strikes. Sean relies heavily on his boxing skills, throwing powerful punches with bad intentions. Think of these two together in the cage. Sean's aggressive punches can do Adesanya some real damage if they land in the right place. But again, Izzy's got excellent defensive skills. He's got it all: effective blocking, parrying, and evasive maneuvers. Sean's got more tricks up his sleeve though, and his ground game is just as impressive as his striking. He can be a total beast on the mat, and that's all thanks to his black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Plus, we've all seen his submission wins, haven't we? This guy's got a lot, and I think it's time he gets the credit for it. The fight world's still raising eyebrows on the potential matchup, and fans gave Strickland a reality check after he challenged the middleweight champ. Despite all of his accomplishments, a lot of fans still think that Sean isn't on Izzy or Robert Whittaker's level yet. You know, the big guys of the middleweight division. One fan wrote on Twitter that since Sean couldn't take Pereira down, he should just stick to Vettori. While another added, "I love Strickland, but he doesn't want that smoke." I get where these fans are coming from, and why they think Izzy would absolutely humiliate the athlete in the cage. But we've seen some underrated guys pull upsets way too many times in history, and someone like Sean deserves one title shot in their career for the very least. Plus, our middleweight champ doesn't have a lot of options for title defense fights. If you only look at the top guys, we have Robert Whittaker and Dricus du Plessis. Now, as for Whittaker, a trilogy fight has very slim chances. Hear me out. Rob lost the middleweight title to Adesanya at UFC 243, and I'm sure you remember that second-round knockout by Izzy. These two then met in the octagon again at UFC 271 after Rob earned himself a title shot by defeating 3 top middleweights. But get this, he lost the second matchup between them two, and in a humiliating fashion. Again. Now think about it. Fighters don't earn a trilogy fight after losing the previous 2 meetings. So Whittaker can sit tight, because a title shot isn't in the cards for him anytime soon. Believe it or not, Dana White would have given him a trilogy fight. But this guy ruined all his chances by losing his last match. And guess who he lost to? Dricus du Plessis, who's another potential opponent for Izzy. And if you think about it, he's the only one other than Sean who's actually got a chance to go after the title shot. Just like Sean, du Plessis is fresh off a win too, and not just any win, but a very impressive one. Come on, taking Whittaker down with a second-round knockout isn't child's play, and you know that. He's earned himself a title shot too, and this fight can get a lot of PPVs too, thanks to Izzy and Dricus's heated face-off after he bagged the win against Rob. Yeah, Israel stormed into the cage and fired heated words at the athlete. Their rivalry dates back to March 2023, when du Plessis claimed to be UFC's real African fighter. Let's just say this rubbed Israel the wrong way, because he was pissed as hell. The champion called du Plessis the N-word in their face-off, and things got serious real quick. It did prove one thing though. Chael was right. Izzy's got everything he needs to replace McGregor, and if Dana doesn't want to give the title shot to Sean, we know who's next in line to get it, cause this rivalry's even got some heated drama, and that's what the fans love. So there you have it, Fight World. From Dricus du Plessis potentially being Izzy's next rival after a heated face-off, to Sean Strickland getting a shot at the middleweight title, this was all for Israel Adesanya's next opponent confirmed.